Lee County, Florida. Dr. Teresa Sievers was killed at her home in Bonita Springs in June of 2015. What happened next is one of the strangest shapes a prosecution can take, because the man who admitted doing it turned into the state's most important witness against the two men he said had sent him. His name is Curtis Wayne Wright Jr. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and agreed to 25 years in exchange for his testimony. And the husband of the woman who died, Mark Sievers, had been his best friend since they were boys in Missouri. Nothing about how Teresa Sievers died is shown or described in this video. This is about the plea, the friendship, and the money.
When you speak through this mic, please.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
It's Curtis Wayne Wright Jr.
Junior?
Yes.
And can you please spell your last name?
Wright.
And you're a little soft-spoken, so can you lean forward as best you can? I don't know if that's a movable mic up there. Maybe move it a little closer.
You can undo one of the cuffs if you want. Sure.
Thank you. This better?
Okay. Mr. Wright, who killed Dr. Teresa Sievers?
I did, and Jimmy Rodgers.
All right. Let's go back to the end, or go back to the beginning. Mr. Wright, where were you born?
St. Louis, Missouri.
How old are you, sir?
51.
51? What's your education? Your educational level?
College.
Did you finish college?
No, I didn't.
How far did you get?
I wasn't in a degree program, so I was taking independent classes, so I'm not really sure how to answer that.
So you never actually got far enough along to earn a college degree, sir?
No, the vocation that I ended up deciding to go into at the time didn't have a degree.
Do you have any family?
I do.
Let's start first with, are you married?
I am.
How long have you been married?
6 years.
When did you get married?
I'm sorry, 5.
5 years? When did you get married?
May 2nd, 2015.
So just over, it's 2019 now, so just over 4 years?
Yes, sorry.
Was that your first marriage?
No,
How many times have you been married?
3.
3 times?
Yes,
Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
3.
A little nervous?
I am. I'm a little hoarse, sorry.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your past, Mr. Wright. Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
I have.
How many times?
I'm not sure exactly. I have 3 drug possession charges, and then there was another one that had to do with, it was part of the same thing.
3 or 4 times?
Yeah, I'm not positive of the number, but yeah,
Definitely more than 1,
yes,
and 5 or less.
yes,
You said just now that you and Jimmy Rodgers killed Teresa Sievers. Is that what you're in custody for right now?
yes it is.
Mr. Wright, did you enter a substantial assistance plea agreement with the state of Florida regarding your testimony?
Yes, I did.
And did you are you expecting to receive some benefit from the state of Florida in exchange for your testimony?
I I agreed to a 25-year sentence.
Have you been sentenced yet?
No.
Is your sentence contingent upon anything?
Me telling the truth.
What happens to that sentence if you don't tell the truth?
It goes away. I know the maximum for what the charge is that is a life, so I would assume that I would be put away for the rest of my life.
Now, Mr. Wright, let's go back to July of 2015. Did you receive some visits from members of law enforcement, actually we'll say between July and October 2015, did you receive some visits from law enforcement to get some information from you about Dr. Sievers' death?
Yes.
In Missouri?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm very bad with time
No problem.
frames. So.
And did you provide prior recorded statements to law enforcement?
Yes.
And you provided those prior statements to law enforcement regarding this case, the case involving the death of Dr. Sievers?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell them the truth?
No.
Why didn't you?
I was trying to protect myself and my co-defendants. Tried to derail them on their investigation.
When you said you were trying to protect yourself and your co-defendants, who were your co-defendants?
Jimmy Rodgers and Mark Sievers.
So you lied to law enforcement to evade arrest?
Attempted to, yes.
Well, you didn't attempt to lie. You did lie, right?
Attempted to not get arrested.
Listen to how ordinary the opening of this is. State your full name. Spell your last name. You are a little soft-spoken. Can you lean forward? I do not know if that microphone moves. It is the same housekeeping that starts every piece of testimony ever given. And then, almost immediately, the question arrives. Did you kill Dr. Teresa Sievers? And he says, I did. 2 words, no hedging, no build-up. That is what a plea agreement does to a courtroom. Everything a trial normally spends weeks establishing is simply conceded in the first minute, because the man saying it has already signed a document admitting it. What the state actually wants from him is everything that comes after.
I think I'm the one on the right.
Okay, so the one with his tie getting tied is you?
Yes.
And so the one tying your tie is Mark Sievers?
Yes. Is that a striped tie around my neck?
Yeah, it looks like a striped tie there.
Yeah, that's me
Actually,
then.
I can show you the picture a little
No,
closer
that's
so you
it.
can see.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you with the tie on?
Yes. We were dressed identical except for the tie. That's...
Now, you said there were some folks at your wedding. Can you see who these 2 people are? Can you see them? I can zoom it in for you.
Yes.
Who are these 2 people?
That's Jimmy Rodgers and Taylor Schumacher.
And this picture is also taken at your wedding?
Yeah, it looks like that's taken at the park.
Thank you. All right, so you're in that little room in the park getting dressed for your wedding, and Mr. Sievers wants to talk to you again. What did he tell you?
That morning, I don't know if I made that clear or not, but the night before when we talked, he told me that she was having an affair, but he didn't actually tell me she was leaving him. So that next morning when the conversation continued, it went more into depth. He actually told me that she was leaving him for another doctor, I think is what he said there. Who he was.
Did he tell you a name?
I don't know. I don't remember if he did.
Did you know who he was talking about? Who this person was that she was supposedly having an affair with?
No. I think he said that it was somebody that she met at a conference or something.
And was he still speaking hypothetically about something happening?
No.
What else did he tell you while speaking at the park? Specifically at the park.
Well, he told me that she was basically that the decision had been made that they were going to split up, and that she was taking the kids and leaving state with them.
And you mentioned earlier Josie and Carmi. So Mr. Sievers was telling you that Dr. Sievers was going to leave him and take his daughters.
Yes.
When he told you this, did you believe him?
Yeah, Mark doesn't joke around about things like that. Especially not with his girls.
What else did you discuss with him during this particular discussion at the park, if anything?
I think there was some like options thrown out there, a couple things. Some of I get, because it was one conversation, sometimes I get mixed up on the details between part A and part B, but same conversation, and it's all true. But I had mentioned that, about fighting her for custody, legally fighting her. He said he didn't have the finances to do that. That there's no way that he could keep the girls from their mother. In there somewhere, he also mentioned counseling, and he said, I think he said they had already done counseling, or they had already talked about it.
Okay, so that sounds like some reasonable advice from a friend. Fight, do counseling or have a fight for custody of your children. That sounds reasonable.
I thought so.
Did Mr. Sievers agree to take your advice?
Well, he said he couldn't fight her financially, and that the counseling didn't work out.
And what else did he tell you while at the park?
He told me that not only was she taking them, but they were going to be in danger. That without him there to protect them. There was multiple times that we discussed danger that they were in, but he never told me specifically what it was. But I know Mark, and when Mark says something like that, he's serious.
So Mr. Sievers gave you the impression when you say they were going to be in danger.
I'm sorry.
Was it the daughters, Josie and Carmi, or was it Josie, Carmi, and Dr. Sievers?
No, just the girls, the children.
Did he ask you to do anything during this discussion at the park?
It seems like he asked me again about if I knew somebody that might be able to help him out with it. Again, the discussion got interrupted right about that point. So it didn't wrap up on a finished note.
Oh, what kind of, did he tell you what, I mean, was he asking for help getting marriage counseling? Was he asking for help getting legal representation for a custody battle? What kind of help was he asking? Did he ask for the name of a lawyer? What was he asking for?
He was asking for somebody to pay this guy a visit.
The guy who...
And then the state does something quietly devastating. They put up a photograph. Not evidence of a crime, a wedding photo. He is asked to point himself out, and he does. He is asked who the other man is, and it is Mark Sievers, the husband of the woman who died. They are dressed identically, he says, except for the tie. Then another face, Jimmy Rodgers, the man currently sitting at the defense table. Everyone in this picture is smiling. That is the whole point of showing it. This was not a transaction between strangers. These were men who stood at each other's weddings, and the jury needs to understand that before it can make sense of anything else.
Objections are noted for the record. Overruled will show them admitted with the limitations given.
Okay, so Mr. Sievers, I think we left off Mr. Wright. Mr. Sievers said he had $100,000 from insurance to pay someone to kill his wife.
Yes.
And you mentioned then that at some point you had a discussion with Mr. Rodgers about this?
Yeah, when I first talked to Jimmy, I didn't tell him specifics about what it was. Just told him that I had an opportunity. He was still looking for a way to make money. Told him that it was something serious, and that it involved another person. But I didn't tell him any specifics about what it was yet.
All right, so you didn't tell Mr. Rodgers that this involved Mark Sievers, who he had met at your wedding festivities?
No.
All right. At some point, did you ask Mr. Rodgers to move forward with a plan to kill Dr. Sievers?
Yes.
When did you ask him to do this?
Well, after
We'll get to that.
it's not a simple answer.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
When did you ask him to do it?
After Mark and I had started making the plans, I shared them with Jimmy, and
When
I talked to him about what it was specifically before the planning, I guess, before I started sharing plans.
Okay. Was it still May of 2015 when you asked Mr. Rodgers to help you go forward with this plan, or were we now into June of 2015?
The first conversation I had with him was on May 17th.
And why is May 17th? Why does May 17th stand out to you?
Because I had not committed to Mark whether I was going to help him or not. I'm sorry, Mr. Sievers, about whether or not I was going to help him until after I talked to Jimmy. And then I still had not gotten my other phone, or the prepaid phone that Mark had talked about us getting to communicate. I still hadn't gotten that because I hadn't committed yet.
So let me stop you then. And so between May 2nd at your wedding, when Mr. Sievers came up with this plan of using the prepaid phones, and now May 17th, you still hadn't gotten your prepaid phone?
Right.
But during that same time interval, Mr. Sievers had gotten his phone and sent you the number for it.
Yeah, he got his, I think, the day after he got home. He went and got his. He had let me know that he had gotten it already, and that he mailed me the phone number. I think it was actually a wedding card that had the phone number on a piece of paper in it.
Now, you at the time, did you have your own cell phone?
Yes.
What was the phone number, if you can recall?
996-9581.
And what was the area code?
I'm sorry, 314.
And so you had your own phone and your own way of communicating with Mr. Sievers,
Yes.
but you wanted to keep your communications off book.
Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't want any communication about this done on our regular phones.
And on May 17th of 2015, did you then make a decision to get your own burner phone?
Yes.
Why did you your prepaid phone? Why did you decide to get a prepaid phone on May 17th?
Because
And here is the arithmetic underneath it. He describes being told there was $100,000 from insurance available to pay someone. Then a conversation with Jimmy Rodgers. That is the entire case against the man on trial, condensed into a few sentences from a witness who has already admitted his own part and has a signed deal in his pocket, which is exactly what the defense will attack, because a man serving 25 years instead of facing far worse has an obvious reason to say what the state needs him to say. Both of those things are true at once, and juries have to hold them together. Jimmy Rodgers was convicted of second-degree murder in October 2019 and sentenced to life. Mark Sievers, the husband and the best friend, was convicted of first-degree murder that December and sentenced to death in January 2020. He is on death row and has appealed. Curtis Wright is serving 25 years, which is what his testimony was worth. It is worth sitting with how strange that arrangement is. The man who admits the act receives the shortest sentence of the three, because what the state wanted more than punishing him was the rest of the story. Dr. Teresa Sievers was a physician, a wife, and a mother of two. Everything here is unedited public record courtroom tape from Fox 4 Now. Subscribe and pick your next case.